Alright guys, time to talk about foot trading. It is your time now to join the dozens of new members we get every single week learning how to trade on the FIFA market. You might be thinking to yourself, well, FIFA's coming towards an end. Now is the perfect time to trade. It's when the market is the most consistent, there's not too much jumping up and down, and it allows you to basically focus on how the market goes up and down, and you're able to then make a lot of coins very quickly. You can then use the knowledge you've gained now to apply that to FIFA 23 and gain yourself a massive head start on everyone else when you're able to build the best teams on the game. So check out the website, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do subscribe down below and help the channel to keep growing. Make sure you comment down below if you guys have any questions or queries. You'll see in the old videos, I've been trying my hardest to get back to you guys and give you any more advice that I can. Check me out over here on YouTube in the mornings at 10 AM. We'll be back tomorrow now the heat has gone, and I will be streaming back on Twitch soon once the heat goes in the evenings too. So either way, all awesome. A lot of people are asking me about the 85 times 10 and how to do it, how to make it cheaper, all that sort of stuff. And it's important to note a couple of things. The 85 times 10 will eventually be like continually repeatable, but this is just like last year in terms of the way that they did it. Now, you can do this once every 48 hours, I believe it is. You can do the 85 times 10s. There's another 3 times you can do this SBC. And people are saying to me they can't afford to do it or they haven't got the stuff in their club. So let's work out and talk about the best ways to do it. So the major method that everyone's talked about, and it isn't a bad method, is to craft 82 plus player picks into the 85 times 10. And it tends to be a much cheaper way of doing it. So 156k gets taken down to a lot less than that by crafting picks. Now the thing about crafting picks is it involves usually bronze into silver into gold, which is a brilliant method if you're willing to spend the time. It's unbelievable to get your club stacked up. We ain't all got that time. So the method I'm going to show you is based around the League SBC, the actual player picks themselves, give or take, and then the 85 times 10. And if you do well from the League SBC, it can make the 85 times 10 cost absolutely nothing. So let's head over to the game and we're going to look at squad building challenges. And the main squad that I would look at if I were you guys is the Serie A. But it works well with the Serie A. It works with Libertadores. It works quite well with La Liga Santander. It works well with Super League as well. The whole point of this is you want to bring down the cost of a League SBC. Now, if you go to Footbin, it will tell you that the Serie A SBC costs about 60k to complete. It does not. Ignore Footbin. If you're willing to put a little bit of time in, it will cost a lot less, okay? A lot less. So let's look at the requirements. The first squad is a Serie A squad with 4 rare players, 78 rated, okay? The second is a 3 rare players, 71 rated. This one here is all from one club, which is easy to do. Just go and buy all from one club. 2 rare players and then no more, right? So an 82 plus pick requires, I think it's 6 rares minimum for the 82 plus pick, which is why they're all 1.5 to 1.8k depending on the ones you buy. The whole of the Serie A League SBC only requires 9, okay, for the whole lot. Now, the reason why the picks are so expensive is because the rares, those rare players are very, very expensive and they have to be gold rares. Serie A doesn't count for that. You can be any kind of rare you want, basically, so long as you make the rating. So, if you head over to Transfer Market, we'll have a look at the gold rares for Serie A. And as you can see, the cheapest you get them for is about 1,500 plus, but sometimes it requires a snipe for certain ones. It's about 1,600, 1,700 comfortably per rare. If you go to silver rares, though, it's a lot cheaper. Now, this is one here sitting there for 750. You can snipe them for cheaper than that, especially on PlayStation. It's unbelievable how cheap you can get them at the moment. Or, alternatively, you can bid on them, okay? And you can go through. Some of them are going to be more expensive here, as you can see. Look, click through, but there's 250s, 300s. You can do each of the SBCs to the Serie A for about 4 to 5k if you're willing to put the time in. The ones that require more golds a little bit more, but otherwise, it's okay. So I've just done it a minute ago with the ones I've done so far, as you can see. And so far, I've spent... well, I'm going to have spent by the time I finish it about 19,000 coins, okay? So 19,000 coins is what I will spend to do Serie A simply by bidding on players. Now, you'll be saying, right, well, Silvers here can't get you the rating on a 78 rated squad, but there are players for the Serie A that are 80 rated, 81 rated, that are basically discard price golds at the moment that you can go ahead and do. So you bid on the silvers that you need to get your rares, and then you bid or buy cheap the golds that you need, and you repeat that process for each of them. For this one here, for example, any rare players work, and pretty much you can probably compete it with silvers. Now, you can snipe silvers even cheaper. You can do this squad here for about 3k, even cheaper than that, if you're willing to put the time in. Probably about, yeah, about 3k probably be why you could do that. Then here, again, similar thing. This is a 65 rated squad. You can just go for silvers, or if you want to pump it up, you can go for cheap golds as well, okay? So this whole thing can be completed for 18k, even slightly less if you're willing to put the time in. So that's only 6,000 coins more than a single player pick, okay? Now I just want to show you the fact that I bought those players. For reference, the cards here that are quite cheap. So we've got an 81 rated Consigli for 400 coins, 80 Sanchez. I didn't even snipe these guys, I just bought them because I thought it was easier for the video to go and buy them. This metallic is important. I'll explain why in a second, but 350 coins, Coop minor 450. So I can use all these guys here to go with my silvers and I'll complete that SBC. Now the important part of the Serie A SBC is the packs you get back in return, okay? And this is where it comes into its own. So the Serie A itself, you're going to get yourself, for completing the Serie A, you're going to get yourself a Prime Gold Players Pack, which guarantees you an 82 plus player, okay? Now bearing in mind there are 100 special cards in packs right now, it's very easy to hit some good fodder. That fodder goes straight into the 85 times 10 when it comes to it. Then you get a Jumbo Premium Gold Pack. You may hit something amazing in that. Hopefully you do. Again, goes towards the 85 times 10. You also get an untradeable Premium Gold Pack. These two packs are important. They're untradeable, remember. They have no value in terms of coins, but they do have value elsewhere. Here, you have a small Prime Silver Players Pack. Now, silvers are through the roof at the moment. Some of the silver rares are going for like 2,000-3,000 coins. Again, small Prime Mixed Players Pack. Get you give or take. All you've got to do is hit a rare or two in there, and you're going to get 4 to 5k back. So your 18k spend that you've got from bidding on players to complete this suddenly turns into a 8k spend, may give or take 10k spend, 8k spend. So for 8k, you've now got yourself 5 packs, and then here, a Premium Gold Pack, a Jumbo Premium Gold Pack. You're pretty much guaranteed to get yourself most of what you need pretty much for a pick as well. So for 8k, you've now got 5 packs and a pick. That's literally it, right? But as you do this, it's inevitable you're going to hit some decent pieces of fodder tradable, and you sell them. Any decent things you hit tradable here, you sell. Because 83s, 84s, 85s are all inflated right now. I've just sold a Gunda one for 14,000 coins. You will hit something as you go. And all it takes is one hit, and it's all free. One decent special card hit, it's all free. I think it was the day before yesterday, I got a couple of Luke Shaws. They've gone up in value. I sold them on. It's really, really easy to do. So you take essentially everything you get untradeable, unless it's Serie A, because I'm doing the Serie A, sort of correspond that to the league that you're doing. If you're doing Super League, do the exact same thing. Everything you get untradeable for the league you're doing, you keep. Everything else goes into an 82 plus pick, okay? And you keep repeating that process, and it brings the cost down massively, because at the end of each round of this, for 8k, you're going to guarantee yourself an 82 plus pack for the end pack of the Serie A. You're going to get yourself an 82 plus pick. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a chance you don't get anything great, but right now it's very unlikely you get a lot of good stuff. Here, you're going to be able to sell whatever it is you want to get from it. So whether it's rare silvers, whether it's rare golds that go up in price, you'll be able to trade all that on and make coins from it. So for the sake of 8,000 coins, you're getting yourself 2 pieces of fodder for the 85 times 10, guaranteed. And possibly anything on top of that you pack, okay? So now 82 plus picks are unreal right now. They're incredible. But the reason why it's so strong is because, like I said, let's talk about this Metallic here. I just bought this Metallic for 350. I was checking the price of cards, and I paid 350 for him. And if you compare price and Metallic at the moment, he's a lot more expensive than that. And the reason for that is certain SBCs are requiring things like rares, like French cards, for example, that aren't in Ligue 1. They've all exploded in value. And so, for example, if you hit something like that, which you're likely to hit in the silver pack, suddenly it increases massively. If this was my silver pack, for example, or anything like him was in my silver pack, I'd be taking that card there and adding the rest to it, and I'm probably going to get that SBC done for free. And genuinely, I'd say cheap, but most of the stuff will mean that the way you pack stuff, you'll end up doing it for free. The sort of lower probabilities. Eventually, you'll hit something. Eventually, you'll get a couple of decent silvers, and it will build, and it will build, and it will build. So let's sum it up simplistically. Choose a league SBC. The league that I am working with is the Serie A. Bid and buy players to complete that SBC, avoiding rare golds. So try and use, where possible, rare silvers, because they're a lot cheaper. Snipe on them, bid on them, buy them at 6 PM when they're cheaper. Do that with all these teams, basically. Use higher rated like golds that are cheaper, like Sanchez, for example, Consigli, those guys, to complete these SBCs and get the rating that you need, but you can get those at discard price. Find a team here that you can rely upon silvers that are cheap, because you only need a 65 rated squad for it. It's dirt cheap. Complete that SBC for hopefully 16 to 20k, absolute maximum. Be as frugal as you can. It's not hard, I promise you. Tradable stuff, you sell absolutely everything that you don't need, i.e. everything that's not in the league you're doing. You should see back at least half, if not more, of the spend that you've got. At the end of that, you'll open up a 82 plus pack for the Serie A. That will give you a bit of fodder, plus stuff for a pick. Here, these two untradables will give you stuff for another pick. So realistically, you might even get 2 picks from the Serie A alone if you're doing that. 2 picks and an 82 plus pack, plus the other packs you're getting for 8k. It will bring down the cost of your 85 times 10 pretty much to free. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I'm out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.